Good evening. Welcome to September 11th, 2024 gathering of the City of Lawrence Board of Parks and Recreation. Real quick before we start our meeting, it'd be remiss if we don't take a moment. I can't believe it's been 23 years on this Patriots Day. It's one of those events. We have younger folks, you got old folks up here. Every generation is defined by an event where you know where you were at and what you were doing when a event either happy or extremely sad occur. And we just need to remember we're vulnerable human beings, regardless of what we think we're capable of doing. 2,977 people were killed. We need to remember them and their family. And then the shout out to the first responders, police, fire, EMT, and then the doctors and nurses on that day that literally changed the world forever. We bitch, moan, and complain, excuse my French, about inconvenience by a certain event. But, our grandparents and the like went through World War II and the like. A little inconvenience to ensure that we can continue to live in the greatest place on the planet, despite our petty differences. And if there is anything positive out of September 11, 2001, for a brief moment, we came together truly as a country and lifted everybody up. So let's just keep that in mind. It turned the world on its head, and we're still living it to this day. So let's just keep ourselves humble and remember the events of that day, please. Real quick, thank you, Miss D, for getting the minutes out. If you've had a chance to read, if there are no additions, subtractions, or corrections, I would entertain a motion to accept.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we got it. Real quick, and as I've told people, with our Parks Board, we get to do a ton of fun stuff, and I want Mr. Casper and your group to come up here, and I told Miss Karen Taylor that she was asking about the work at the skate park this past weekend. I said, I wasn't going to tell her a thing, and I'm glad you're here, and I just want to put my 2 cents in and give a shout out to Casper believing in this board we would support you, and Eric facilitating. And it's an example, what went on out there Sunday is an example when a community comes together. And what got to me, it wasn't a bunch of 15, 16-year-olds. That's what Eric and I were probably the 2 oldest there. But the number of 30 and over, and when people hear graffiti art, their minds, I know, can go all over the place. These were talented, committed human beings that they're artists. And they were as giddy as a kid on Christmas out there creating and beautifying and ownership. And that's what we need more of in a community, whatever your passion is. Eric and I don't skateboard. If I did now, I'd be just a little crumbled mess. But you have a community with an interest that brought out maybe disinterested community members to come out and enjoy the day. The weather was great. There was music, there was food, and there were committed people. It's all yours, brother.
All right. So Sunday was a huge success. Having the whole community together, having the mayor out there standing on a skateboard was pretty awesome. But I don't know if you guys saw, we did send an email for phase 2 to preserve everything.
I was going to ask you that. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
The most important part of that is the free wall, which would be probably the most deep thing to do.
Okay.
As it would just be plywood treated, and I think Robert explained it very well. But as of right now, it seems that the park is doing really well. It's staying clean. Some other people have said, I can't wait till I can tag, which I would love for phase 2 to get through, so I can just point them somewhere else. And
right.
Explain to them why not.
Got it.
But I've seen more families at the park in the last few days than I've ever seen there.
That was one thing I noticed was you'd have younger folk with their skateboarded, but their older folk, be their guardian or whomever, with them out there. So if you get a chance, drive there. They sat and watched I am no artist, guys. I barely can write my name. And what they were pulling up pictures on their phone or already had conceptual drawings. It was stinking cool. So
It shows what a well planned out piece is compared to what used to exist.
Yes.
In that park. Here. There is still some work being done right now. The memorial itself is the memorial on the stairs is being done pretty slowly.
Okay.
The lettering is done.
I want it right. Yeah, there you go. You want it right. Yes.
Well, we just want it perfect. So we're taking our time with the stairs, and then Eli's piece is also continuing.
Oh, okay.
He's working with stencil work, so there might be a piece that looks like it's not all the way done. Just watch it get done. Art is therapy for him, so it's really nice that he can take his time on it. And then another memorial did go up yesterday for Stuffy, a local that was really well known in the area, and that was beautiful. And because the park is so pretty and people want to come see it, we're talking about doing events. Needed to talk with you guys about it. As far as skateboarding community events, it's much less people than were there on Sunday. It'd be
Right.
less than 100 people.
You think it and you bring it.
All right.
I'm not an immediate no person. I'm not get off your lawn guy. People who know me. So you think it, you bring it. Just make it happen.
Sure, yeah. We've got Tyler here. He was wanting to start an annual event for one of his friends that was memorialized at the park, and he wanted to start that on August 9th with a tentative rain check day for August 16th. I think pretty much all we would need to know is, can we get some more trash barrels like we did that day?
Oh, God.
We can get access to the power, and what time music would need to stop just to be respectful of all the people living around there.
Well, we have a capable super and a capable events planner. And you guys, the more events, people see that it's just not a random folks showing up with skating. I think it makes it relevant to folks who aren't skateboarders. Okay? I'll be blunt and think, there's a bunch of long hairs out there. But no, it's relevant. And you guys think it, you bring it, it'll happen.
Okay.
Just kind of when you brought your idea to beautify it, clean it up. This board here, there's no pushback. It's called ownership. Your group has ownership, but you opened it up to the bigger community. It's kind of like the pickleball people or the soccer people. I'm going to leave some folks out. I get that, but your special interest has opened it up to the broader community. So that was really exciting. It was fun.
Yeah, I think it's been really cool just the people walking by.
Yes, sir.
And it out. So, and then I know we had talked about pushing towards expansion. One of the first things we'd like to kind of test the water with on if we want to do obstacle by obstacle or full expansion. Cheapest thing to do would be a flat bar. I'll explain what that is. It's just
You might as well be speaking Latin to
like
me.
a little handrail kind of thing, but completely flat with supports on it.
Right.
All that would need to be did is just bolt it into the ground. We've got people that can get a hold of that, but seeing how we would move forward as far as just obstacle by obstacle or do a full expansion, it's kind of there.
I would probably suggest that you come up with a design that you want, and then if it's piece by piece, the Parks Board could approve the entire design, and then just getting with myself or Jamie or whoever when you go to put the piece in, so we know about it.
All right. That was one of Paul's ideas too.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I think that pretty much covered it.
Thank you. You made me very proud Saturday or Sunday. It went off. It's kind of like, I'll go back when the mayor Collier wanted to put pickleball courts in. I thought it was crazy. And then skateboard folks and everybody's I went, what the? It's just awesome. It's ownership, but you've opened up avenues for the whole city. So I think that's exciting.
All right, well, thank you.
So thank you.
I'm not as well kept. Came straight from work today.
Oh, hell, you're more than happy.
And
You're fine.
we might remind you too, if you're going to have food trucks or things, that has a 30-day notice.
Apply 30 days.
Yeah.
10 days in advance. So that just the event has to be applied for.
Yeah, thank you.
I have a feeling We'll talk about this later.
There you go. It's called screwing up in reverse. Now, the people want events and the like, so that's a good problem to have. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys.
Any questions? I'm out there watching these guys and gals that are painting. I'm going, holy heck. And it was fun to watch.
I have a question, I actually do. If there were people who are listening or watching that want to donate, or how can we support you?
So one thing that I wanted to talk about was setting up a community fund with the city to be able to funnel all the money into. I was talking about like raffling, I make boards for a living, raffling off boards, things like that, funneling things in. That way when we say, hey, we want a rail, or hey, we want a quarter, you guys already have the money to do it.
Miss Jamie, I'm going to give you a homework assignment there, young lady.
So
Just give me the stink eye.
funds can be donated to the city of Lawrence. Now we'll hold it in our non-reverting fund until a point in time. It'd make more sense if the Park Foundation was established in the Park Foundation, because those
Oh, okay.
are tax deductible donations. So,
Donate to the city of Lawrence.
yeah, and we can earmark it for skateboard.
Park improvements, skate park improvements, okay. Thank you, sir.
Of course, thank you.
All right. Real quick, just go down here. Eric, how's our vandalism since school has started back up? Anything notorious?
Just at Explorer Park, we've had some graffiti and not the good kind that Casper's done, but so we've had to repaint the doors at Explorer Park, repaint the boards on the picnic tables, clean bad words off of the playground equipment. So
The usual.
we're back at it. Now it's kids that are truant from school, and
Okay,
it's the same kids day after day.
okay. Miss Jamie, can you update us on upcoming, as I choke, upcoming events there, madam? And real quick, the breakfast at Tiffany's presentation was, holy heck. Heartland Film, if you didn't attend, Heartland Film has their big outdoor screen, and I'm showing my dorkiness. First date with my wife we went on in 2003. I'd never seen Breakfast at Tiffany's. That's still her favorite movie. We went and saw it, so it pulled it off last night. That was outstanding. Not to jump in your way there for a minute, but it's much more screwed up in reverse. We need more of those. I'm just telling you now.
We are hoping for more. We did have about 65 people. We did have a little hiccup at the beginning, but 65 people came out and stayed for most of the time, even with the
Little hiccup.
and showing it. But it was great. They have a 17-foot screen.
Yes.
And it can go up to 10 feet off the ground. So it was
Very
pretty
neat.
awesome to see everybody come out. My goal was just to fill up one little section, and we did that, so I was happy.
Good, good.
What do we have coming up? Farmers Market every Thursday till October 3rd.
Thank you.
Barbecue and Blues on Saturday from 12 to 6. We have 4 bands, 4 barbecue trucks, hot dog truck, and a dessert truck.
And where's that held?
Cultural Campus.
There you go.
The 21st is Loggers in Lawrence from 2 to 6.
I think so.
I'm fired today. From 2 to 6, also at the Cultural Campus. That is a ticketed event, and we are in sponsorship with that. We're not hosting that. We are just sponsors. So that is a ticketed event. And then the 28th is Dia Latino de Lawrence, also in partnership. We are a sponsor with Lawrence Township Schools.
Those events are at the cultural campus?
All events are at the Cultural Campus. We are also in sponsorship on October 5th with Purple Ribbon Solutions for their Community Day. That will be at the Civic Plaza.
Got it.
Yes. And I just want to, can I talk about this real quick?
Yeah.
This was one of the most amazing events ever. So spray and skate was super fun. So it was great to see. I know that you were concerned about the number of people who might show up. They showed up and they showed out. Like, they were so, I was there, I was leaving at like 6 o'clock and people were still coming to see it. So it was pretty awesome, and just like to learn of the artists' stories. There was a couple, Eli, you mentioned Eli, he is a veteran who is 100% disabled, and art was his avenue, right? It was his let go. And so he was his first mural. So I thought it's pretty awesome to get to know the artists, and there's plenty of artists that were there from Lawrence, Asper, Paul, I'm not sure if Rob lives in Lawrence or not, but they all are Lawrence community, and they want to give back to the community, and that's what they did. It was great to see the number of people that came out and the number of kids that come out to use our skate park every day. But even more, the people on Facebook, like Lawrence Moms groups, who are like, I will now take my kids to this park. So it's pretty awesome to see. So I loved it a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, real quick, Eric, where are we at with our budget process?
The budget will be presented to the council next Wednesday, the 18th. It's been entered in Gateway, just the taxation notice, but we were taxed today with coming up with we're over budget with $70,000 cuts, so we're looking at primarily some operational funds that we can do that with, so.
Are we still going to have an opportunity to do some projects? Primarily, I keep harping on the parking lot at Community Park and other places.
So the funds the capital funds will be put into the capital account, as the controller told me today, or the bond issue, the general bond issue that was passed earlier this year.
Real quick, a trails update.
The Lee Road Trail is 30 to 45 days out from completion. I think they'll.
That's the short trail. I call it the short trail.
Short trail.
Good so far.
So we'll be having ribbon cutting for that late October, 1st November.
Okay,
They have until end of November to finish it.
okay. That eliminates a question.
I'm sure they'll want to get paid and
Yeah.
get out to something else, but they've done a great job. We've had a few issues, leaky trucks on people's driveways,
Yeah.
traffic in and out of the schools. We've resolved all those, and you'll see a lot of people on it even now. With equipment still in the way. So the Fall Creek Extension will have a public meeting on the next park board meeting, which is the October the
11, 12, something like that.
so the October meeting. Our partners will be here from Indianapolis and RGI to answer any questions and kind of have an open public forum on that.
Okay, two questions. Karen brought to my attention. Where exactly is we had one change order on the short trail, the Lee Road Trail. Where exactly is the crosswalk going to go?
It's already in, so it's right on the corner of 63rd and Lee on the south corner.
Okay.
They already poured the.
It's already in, yeah.
They haven't done the concrete work, but
And when possibly shovels in the ground for the Fall Creek Trail?
it would probably be spring of 26.
April-ish of 26.
They might be able to start to do some tree work and stuff in the fall, which they might need to with the bat situation. So,
Okay.
but a lot of it depends on the issuing of the environmental permits that we have to go through.
God, that's right. And then my last inquiry is, has our permanent Christmas tree arrived?
No, but it should be here on Tuesday.
If you didn't know, we're going to, which I'm glad, I pushed the previous administration, I want a real tree, so sometime maybe early to mid next week, correct?
Yeah, I met with the vendor that's putting it in, and I have to meet with our electrical contractor because there's some conduits in the way we need to move or relocate.
We're using TJ?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So I'll meet with him in the morning, and we'll get the plants replanted, moved out, then we'll be ready to go.
Got it.
The parking lot at Community Park, there was some talk about that would be part of the drainage sewer situation?
Yeah.
Is that not on the table now?
It's still in the discussion phase, but yeah, they're talking about using some, not all, but some of it as a stormwater improvement project.
So what, you mean some of the parking lot?
Some of the construction costs can go as the stormwater construction.
So we're looking at fall, spring?
Tom, it'd probably be next spring, summer, yeah, at this date, yeah. We've got the specifications. We've actually bid the job once.
Right.
So it would be rebidding it, and then, again, once the funding sources have been determined, but they think that they could spend up to 70% of the project with storm drain
Okay, that's
funds.
kind of what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the budget, are we getting new employees?
We have 2 new full-time employees labeled in the budget, yes.
Are those maintenance employees?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Is that for this year or next year?
well, you're talking about next year, right?
They're in next year's budget. We have funds available in this year's budget if we had the applicants. So actually, we've got one that Miss Helen, we actually had a gentleman come in today and put in an application. So we might get those filled before the end of the year. And,
Okay,
Did you say you're going to hire him?
well, I've got to interview him first, yeah.
very good. So, now, do we have other people that are getting paid out of our budget other than maintenance and you and?
There are 2 other people in the office that are paid out of the general fund budget, yeah.
Okay, the newer positions, right?
Yes, yes.
And do we have money for that?
Yeah,
I thought we were pretty well
it is
strapped.
close. It is close. But yeah, that was, with RJ retiring, I thought it would come out, but it actually comes out of the retirement account, so it didn't affect our budget, which I thought it was going to. We'll probably still have to have a transfer at the end of the year for the last couple months especially if we get the 2 new hires in, to get them through the end of the year.
I told Eric last night at the Indianapolis, the Marion County City County Council meeting, all 25 counselors were giving, it passed, $1 million to use on public places or parks in their district. And homework assignment, it could be for all of us, but I've given it to myself and Eric. We need to reach out to Allie Brown and Nick Roberts, who are the 2 reps. Because as you know, I've beat this drum since I've been on this board, the 6-digit figure that we send to Indianapolis every year since 1971 to support Indy Parks, why we actually are subsidizing them to use our facilities. So I'm going to do some investigation into that.
One of the problems there is going to be Channel 6's report.
And how poorly their pocket parks and neighborhood parks have been taken care of, yes.
How their parks go, and I don't
mean, the
want
big-
to see us getting anything like that. I mean, I think we've done a
We could
great
get-
job compared to.
Got $25,000. Yeah, they're the big major park project right now is Riverside Park is their major one they're rehabbing, but they have significantly ignored their neighborhood and pocket parks, yes.
Yeah, so they like to cut ribbons, but
Yes.
not do the day-to-day work, and that's, I think we do a good job on that.
Oh, God, yes.
We just need more help doing it. Yeah, you think about all the parks that we've added over the years, and how many employees have we added to take care of those things?
Yep.
That's not, we haven't done enough there.
I think that's why Ronnie has lost all his hair in the last 5 years. I'm sorry, I didn't call you out. He is like that. Miss Crystal?
You said that to reach out to Ally or Nick for our counselors as far as the funding grant is called what? What is?
Well, the official title I don't have. I just read the blast that was sent out from council notes from last night. I just need to drill down a little farther. I was taking it from on the fly.
But it's leftover COVID.
It's COVID money, yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I meant to say.
You're okay.
Ally Brown.
Good question. Great question. Any other questions for
I
Eric?
have a question.
Go ahead, hon.
Eric, I want to know if the new employees in the park department if they're going to basically replace Sharon, her responsibility, there's no senior activities, there's no,
I think that's something that Roman can probably look at as far as some daytime event programming. And I'll sit down with Jamie and we'll talk about that.
are they full-time or part-time employees?
Full-time, and see if there's time that we can get, at least get some hours open to get people into facilities so they can do, their bingo and their cards and that sort of thing.
And one other question about the lawnmower, did we get that taken care of?
We got the PO today and got it ordered today, so we did.
We talked about like flag football, kickball, things that more kids or more adults for that matter could play. Yeah, and how far along are we in that?
I know Roman's working on a flag football youth program, along with the discussion with the Lawrence Township Youth Football Group, how that can be reimagined, re-coordinated. With regards to adults, we haven't got into that. We're still just utilizing CCA right now.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to use them because they do a great job of marketing, and we'll probably look at more of the youth programming if we can.
Yeah, I just want to see some things though where maybe it doesn't take quite as much skill
Yeah.
to do. Because
Yeah, the whole rec league thing.
a lot of kids out.
We met with myself, Roman, Eric, and the two high school football coaches, Pat and Will. We met 2 weeks ago, discussing, because everything's travel, everything. I don't care what the sport is, but the need for this good old-fashioned rec league, and that allows for more kids to get involved with it. So that's one of my big pet peeves is not every kid's going to be, Joe Theismann or whomever. Boy, I'm going old school there.
Football and baseball are hard to play.
Yeah.
Softball's-
And I see it at the high school level with the insanity of travel volleyball in particular, and travel baseball. I know Crystal has kids in the GSOP.
But those are fine for a small group.
Yes.
We got lots of kids that need some kind of activity that,
Unfortunately, these leagues around the state, I don't care where they're located, have defined themselves as, travel. This is the place for travel.
it's expensive too,
Oh,
very expensive.
it's
So,
easily $1,500 for the cheapest for softball, for example.
If we can help provide activities, I think that would be a really good thing. The buildings at Lee Road Park, is it wintertime, are we looking at taking some of those, the scoring
Yes.
towers or whatever?
Yeah.
Wintertime, we're looking at taking those down and.
We'll be doing some inside work at the community center and activity center, but when we're available, we'll get out and start demoing that stuff when the ground's froze and we can get out there to it.
I don't know that building out there by the old cathedral building, are we going to do anything with that or?
Field house, actually,
We've got an interested party and the like
Yeah.
that is interested in rehabbing and maybe fully utilizing it.
Okay.
So we chatted with them this week.
Yep, very good. And the building at, in the soccer fields,
Oh, I hate that building.
Oh.
The old scoring tower.
tower,
scoring thingy.
Please bring it down.
that might be another
It just
winter demo.
dumped too much money into that, and
We
it's
dumped, and it's an eyesore, so,
Yeah, just keeping it, doing something so it's not an eyesore.
Yeah.
I don't know what,
it's just
tear it down, I don't know what you
an attractive nussance to
well,
this
we've replaced the windows in
knuckleheadedry.
it half a dozen times.
Oh, yeah, you can, that's,
Time to go away.
I don't know what you do, but something needs to be done.
Good enough. Any other questions? Eric, do you have anything you want to add?
Just to let you know that the guys got the exercise equipment in past week. We haven't done any social media on it yet, but I'll have asked
And that's installed around the sledding hill, correct?
Community Park. There's 5 different stations.
That place never gets a rest. Whew.
8 different apparatus. Is it 8, Ron? Yeah, different apparatus around on about a quarter-mile trail. So if you,
And if you guys, during the day, I'll just drive it randomly. There are people with their own trainers or in groups that are there. It gets the heck used out of it. And I think it's a great location from instead of around the trail at Lee Road there. That mound of dirt with grass, it's amazing the people that use it darn near around the clock.
I see them a lot.
in the
Yeah.
last 3 months, the maintenance guys have all busted their butts, and they've put playground surfacing material in all the parks except Veterans Park. So
Is that the last one?
they just finished up Explorer Park today. So that's something that we probably need to do annually. To really keep an eye on that.
And to tie that in, the new playground equipment at Community Park,
Is well utilized.
it's
Yeah.
spectacular.
So
Let's take up another question. Did our employees get the raise that we voted on? Did they get the full raise?
Yes.
Okay.
No, they did.
Don't spend it all in one
they've got
place.
$1. Yeah,
They got
$1.
$1. So,
Yeah.
because we voted 2%, I think. So, okay.
All right. Anything else there, Mr. Eric?
No, that's it.
All right. We have only one item under new business and consideration of Little Free Library, which has become a thing all over the place. These community libraries and the like. And who's our,
Kim Richardson.
well, Miss Kim, would you come here, please, and tell us what you're up to?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
It sounds like you're familiar with Little Free.
Yes, ma'am. We've had a couple, we actually had an Eagle Scout project, I do believe. Yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember where, I'm losing my brain, but yes.
Yeah, it's a nonprofit organization. I think it started in the 70s, Minnesota, but there's now 150,000 Little Free Libraries.
Damn.
They're in 50 states. They're in 120 countries, so it's a big deal.
It's a thing.
Each little library that you order through the organization will have its own charter sign. It has a special charter number that goes on their map that once it's registered, you can go on the map and find out where it is. And just take a book, share a book. I don't know do you want me to give you this? Because this is just some copies of
That's okay, huh?
what I was thinking about. Yeah, so
And this is going out, and you're looking at Oakland and Playground.
for Oakland and Play Park, but actually, since I'm here, it's kind of an afterthought. I would like to know if possibly, I wouldn't do this one right away, but in the next maybe month or two, I'd like to get approval to put one out at the Lawrence Community Park also. I don't think there's one out there.
No. We have none in our parks, and you can push me back. But I think Lawrence Community Park is just,
Okay.
I live out that Oak Landing area, so I think going to Oak Landing Play Park, because that's definitely a unique park as a first. But yes, Community Park, which is in the middle,
I would definitely,
is so important.
I would definitely
Yes.
do that too. So anyway, I kind of X'd some spots I was thinking about, but I'm open to wherever you want me to place it at Oak Landing.
I think the key, and I'm blowing smoke towards Eric, but working with Eric, 40 years of working with him, he knows a thing or two. My concern, as I mentioned to you earlier, is that make it visible and secure. When I say visible, from the street, so people, once more, it goes back to our skate park friends. First, it starts with their ownership, then it becomes community ownership, and that's important. Because we don't have a whole lot of pocket parks in our park system. I mean, that's a place where kids can go play, or you just want to sit and hang out in the shelter. So, but wherever you locate it, it has to be visible where the community, the stakeholders, which I hate that word, but the citizens can see it and they take ownership of it. There's, by Lawrence North, really taught there, been around there for 40 years. Not Eagles Nest, but the community just to the south of Eagles Nest, they have 2 free library and in the community, and the teachers that live in there, the community owns it, and they monitor it. So they'll get people from all over that will take a book, leave a book,
Right.
philosophy, and I think that's just the key where, you know, we'll need some outreach with our community folks to make sure that it's maintained and, well, hell, this program can grow.
Well, and I will gladly accept any help, but I do want to assure you that I will make sure that it's stocked and maintained.
Okay, that's my
I will
first,
take owner, because I will be the steward. I'll register it, and I'll be assigned as the steward. And
that's kind of my first question.
this little,
Initially, how do you stock it initially?
I'm asking everyone, I've got so many, but everybody's giving me books.
Okay, it sounded like a simple question.
This does just give you an idea.
May I keep this?
That one is, I
Okay.
do need to keep that, but I can send you a copy.
Please.
That's with my
It's like serious.
steward package or whatever, but I did, in the stuff I gave you, I installed one this past weekend. I have a house down on Colorado Avenue in Indianapolis that I've been working on. Pretty much done. I've been working on this house for 4 years. But we put one in just to do a first one and get the bugs worked out. I initially told Eric that we would use a screw-in base so that we didn't have a post base, so we didn't have to use concrete. That was worthless. And so in that packet, you'll see there's it looks like a long stake. It's a 4x4 by 30-inch
Yep.
post.
Oh, yeah.
You just ram it in.
We use that on my cross-country course to market. We
Yeah,
have those,
and
yep, I know where.
that went in
yep.
great, and it worked perfect. And you don't really see it in the one we finished, but it sits on there's a little topper for it, and little supports that go underneath too. And this one isn't finished. It's not a good picture to be showing you because I still need to, but we just kind of got that in this weekend, so.
So this one here is your newest one?
That's the first one we did. We just wanted to see what we can.
Take it for a walk.
Yeah, figure it out. Then the other copies that are in the materials I gave you, they're just samples of the different
Right.
styles of libraries. And so I've got this blue one that's,
Ooh, I like
they
the
come
blue one.
already finished, or you can get them unfinished, and like the one we installed, we primed it and a couple coats of finished paint on it.
What's the material for the actual library box?
They're
lack of a word?
pine. In fact, I have a box out in my car. I didn't want to carry it in.
No, I don't blame
If anybody wants
you.
to see it, it's out in my car. It's an assembled one. You can order these that you assemble, or they're pre-assembled. And I have one. It's the unfinished wood. I think it's the Book Nook style. The roof's just a little slant on it.
And just the latching that, I'm going to jinx this project by saying this.
No, you won't.
I just know, I'm going to say, I've never seen any of them, but I'd say vandalized. So basically, the security is just that latch.
Right.
Okay, I don't want to jinx it, people.
Yep.
Got it.
And I thought about, and whatever your thoughts are, I don't know. I thought about maybe putting a tag on the inside door that said something like, if this library needs attention, please text and my number. Do you think
Would that go through legal? You can help here, since it would be on city property, should it be contact our department?
No, I mean, I think if she's the caretaker, I think we should have an idea if it's,
Okay.
somebody knocks it off the base or something, but I'm sure she'd let us know that.
Okay.
if it's the
Like
case.
Oak Landon is literally
Yeah.
a couple blocks from my
I
house.
was going to say, and it's a neighborhood, okay, just checking.
That's something I'm thinking about, putting a tag on
Yep.
the inside. So, and then the little sheet in there that just says this. This
Yes.
is my granddaughter's. She wants to, it's a shirt that she liked the idea of a rainbow in the clouds.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to say, love to read on one side. And then on the other side, we were thinking about painting like the hot air balloon, tie it to Oak Landon.
And especially it's proximate to the elementary school there. I think there's an opportunity to get more than just that. Those kids can get excited because I don't know when we need to paint that water tower again, but the last time we were scheduled to paint it, I love Scott. He wanted to go to a traditional, and the pushback to eliminate the balloon
I was
design.
one of those,
Okay.
I gotta confess.
I go, you don't want to die in this hill. Just paint it like a balloon and be happy. But the key, the importance is, I think it's proximate to Oak Landon Elementary and a role those kids can play and involve them in, reading's fun.
Right, yeah, it's fun, so. The play park is just, I've been in Oak Landon for over 40 years. It's near and dear to me. I was part of the original crew.
Oh, it's going to get pick at your head because, the concept when that park came online was Jerry Riley and
Yep.
the Oak Landon, Friends of Oak Landon Park. They put in the original playground and
Vicky Kimsey and
Yep.
all those people, yeah. Great bunch of people.
So it's a fun project.
what's more ownership, and I think that's so very important.
Jeff, we might just mention, we might need something signed,
Yes.
Kim, that indemnifies the city, indemnifies that,
understand.
we're putting this in, that, we're not obligated to
Maintain it.
Maintain it, all of that.
So that
I'll
might,
leave that legalese to, yes, here you go. Billable hours, what the heck?
I do want to mention that this first one, and for the Oak Landon Park, I am going to have a little plaque. It's going to be dedicated to my daughter who passed away earlier this year. So it's
That's-
a memorial for her. She grew up there, playing down there all the time. Her kids, my grandkids play there, and so it's a special
Good,
project.
yes, good. It's a passion project, you're right.
It is. It's a passion.
Work of faith. Any questions there, gang?
Very good.
Well, I will entertain a motion that we allow Ms. Richardson and the Free Library to establish themselves at Oak Landon Play Park. Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Make it happen.
Thank you very, very
There you
much.
go. See, I tell people we get to do fun stuff at our meetings, so thank you, dearest. Make it happen.
For the community park, do I need to come back to get approval?
I would just, if nothing else, I like the fanfare of it. It goes in the notes. People do pay attention. Like I said, we get to do fun stuff here.
Yeah.
Okay?
now
And-
that one would probably be ideal right up by the community center.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But we get to do fun stuff, and there's nothing wrong with you tooting your own horn to push this. I have no problem with that. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it, everyone. Thank you.
Real quick, before we adjourn, Ron, I'm going to embarrass you here, but since I actually have somebody, our staff, I just want to give a shout out. I do it in passing after big events. Ron Taylor, I've known longer than we both would like to admit it, but he's part of a small staff that takes care of our numerous parks and acreage and everything that it makes things happen. Quality, you are a big reason why quality of life is a big issue. You guys maintain the place, and you're a reason why people like to come out here. So, Ronnie, I just want to big hugs and kisses from the chair up here. All right, man? I don't get a chance to say that to the staff in person enough. When RJ retired, once more, old Lawrence boy, known him forever, and Bobby, our new maintenance director, known him forever. So I just needed, that has to be, comes from the heart. I need to tell you that. Welcome. Any other comments?
Football?
We are working. It's a work in progress.
Okay.
Public comment? Anyone? Going once? Twice? I'm going to go home and watch the Orioles and the Red Sox. We are adjourned.